Yo, what's going on? It's Navy Vet 88, and I'm here with a video for you all, and it's pretty much gonna be a video about how I paint my attachments. You could take some notes from this. If you like it, use it. If not, that's on you. But I appreciate y'all for sticking in and watching this video. So, starting off, first thing I want to make sure I got is a little painter's tape. Tape off any open areas, anything like that I don't want to get taped up. Nextly, we'll just go with a little sandpaper. I got a little sandpaper block, scuff up the material, just make sure that the paint sticks and it holds well. As you can see, we're using a flat deep forest green for our paint. That'll be our base coat. And I like this paint. I've used it before. Rust-Oleum makes some really good stuff. So, I stick with the brand. As you can see right here, prep work is what's most important. That's how you're going to always get you the best job. As you can see, we taped off our areas, especially in that pistol grip, because it has that spring when you go to attach it to your lower receiver. So I wanted to make sure that I blocked that out from getting any type of paint inside of there, as well as the little black back area for the buffer tube. And as you can see, we just got a little alcohol spray after we sanded it down and wiped it, just to get any type of grease or extra dirt and things of that nature off of it. Starting off, we're gonna pretty much just do a little base coat, and this is the base coat that we're gonna do on the pistol grip. Like I said, I have the tape at the top because there is a spring that goes in. If you've ever assembled a AR-15 or you've ever changed out your pistol grip, then you know that there's a small little section right there where the spring goes in order for you to attach it properly. So pretty much, like you see, just a quick little base coat, nothing special, not too heavy. Just wanted to make sure that I got it basically completely covered as much as possible. And then moving forward, as you see, we have the stock, and on the stock, we're going to go ahead and do a nice little base coating over it. As you can see, I play with these attachments and items pretty often. So these are ones that I pretty much do my test sprays on. And I like the way that this came out, so maybe I'll do something else when it comes to maybe my shotgun or rifle to, give it a little something special to basically make it, something that I really like. But like, as you can see, super easy, man. Just putting the base coat down, just making sure that we're covering up all of our areas. Once we get done with this one, we're pretty much going to flip it over, since I wasn't able to have it sitting up to spray both sides at once. I could have hung it up, but I really didn't feel like, doing anything with hanging anything. So pretty much just flipped it over. The weather is nice outside. It's nice. It's warm. It's windy. So I don't have any issues with waiting for it to really dry. It's pretty much going to dry like instantly. As you can see right here, it's opposite side. Same thing, just pretty much putting down a good base coat. We're going to make sure that everything is covered. Make sure that we get all of that tan that we initially had on there. We want to make sure that we get all of that off, and make sure that the base coat is basically complete. So that way, once we start to add other colors, we know that the base coat is, is where it should be, since we want that deep forest green base coat to pretty much hold on to it. All right, as you can see right here, we're pretty much just coming back with our second coating. Just make sure that we getting everything filled in. Make sure that that base coat of green is pretty much completely covering the whole entire pistol grip. Like I said, the weather is nice outside, so it's not an issue with spraying it and drying. It has like a 2-time, drying factor to the spray paint. So that's added, added feature to the actual spray paint itself. So it dries pretty quick, and we can get these jobs done fairly fast. All right, so as you can see, nothing special, just covering it up. Next up, we'll do the same thing when it comes to the rifle stock. Pretty much just making sure that that base coat is good, making sure that we're getting the paint completely covered over every small nook and cranny, because it will show up once you start to add other colors, especially if you're adding a color that isn't conducive to the base color coat that you're pretty much working with, and it'll kind of stand out a little bit. All right, right here we want to try the little meshing, and I pretty much have, as you can see, this little tan ultra matte color, and I just wanted to try something different. So I wanted to try and work with the mesh and see how I like it before I move forward, just to get a good idea about it. So I made sure that I wrapped it good and tight, so that way once I start spraying, it's not kind of blotchy or anything like that. So if you can see it, it's kind of like tucked up under there. I kind of basically just did a nice little wrap of the mesh. All right, so that was it. Product, see what it looks like. I wasn't too satisfied with it. I thought it was okay. Feel like I could have did better, but I think it might have been the mesh that I was using. I think I should have had a better style of a mesh or whatever the case may be. I just used something that was like a buck from Walmart. It basically was a mesh clothes hamper. All right, so as you can see, we're just coming up on the opposite side, and we're going to look and see what the final product looks like moving forward. That'll let us know if we want to keep it or if we, want to change to something else. So as you can see, I'm not too thrilled about the results. It looks okay, don't get me wrong, but I feel like the mesh that I was using just really took away from the look that I was going for. So I think I might do something different. We'll see. As you can see right here, we pretty much have a free-handed camo that we're finna do. I didn't like the mesh, like I said, on a pistol grip, so I'm just gonna go ahead and just pretty much freehand it and see what kind of results I get. So I'll go with the tan. I'll just kind of, swipe it across. As you can see right here, just testing it, make sure we get all of the excess spray, get that little blotchy look on it, and then we'll get started. Just pretty much just some angular type of angles, hitting it from different sides, nothing special. I didn't have a particular design in mind. I just wanted to kind of give it that camo earth tone look. So that's how it looks. And I think it turned out pretty good. So we'll flip it over and we'll just pretty much do the same on the opposite side, hit it up. And, I think this freehand is a whole lot better versus doing something with the mesh, unless you have some really good mesh setup. But for me, like I said, I had a really, really cheap mesh clothes hamper that I got from Walmart for like $1.50. Maybe, I think it was maybe like $1.50, $2, something like that, but super cheap. And I tried it on there. I tried it once before, but I just really didn't like it. If you noticed it on the stock at first, it was already meshed done. So as you can see, here's our final product. I think it turned out really, really good. I like that deep earth tone base coating with the tan on top of it. Nothing to fit the environment, but I think that it just really turned out really well. So as you can see right here, that looked really well. So we're going to just go ahead and we're going to do the pistol grip the same way that we did the stock. So here we go. Pretty much just going to freehand over the areas that we had already done with the mesh. Like I said, I really didn't like the outcome of how it turned out. I didn't like the way the mesh made it look. So pretty much just going to do it freehanded just like I did the stock. And just kind of spread different little angles and just try to work on that earth tone type of setup. Kind of break up, the just the base coat basically. And in the end, as you can see, we're using a matte clear coat. And if you don't use matte clear coats on any of your items that you spray, you'll have a lot of that issue where things rub off and get really, really gritty and things of that nature. So especially dealing with the stock, although I don't use the stock that often, if any. I mean, I could use it if I wanted to. But I know that if it's going to be into my shoulder, it's going to, really rub a lot. So I want to make sure that I get that clear coat on it. And it pretty much just gives an extra layer of protection over time. That's basically all it does. And as you can see, we're going to go on the opposite side and pretty much just going to hit it a little bit more with some of that clear coat. And we just want to make sure that we get it. And it pretty much just, it holds on to the material, the paint, to make sure that the paint sticks on a lot longer. I mean, eventually it'll wear off, but yeah. As you can see right here, these are the final products that we used. Like I told you all in the beginning, we had the tape, we had the sandpaper block, and we started with our deep forest green, which was like a matte color. And then we had our ultra matte, which was like a tan. And as you can see, that's pretty much where we added the extra colors to break up the base coat. And then in the end, we went with our clear coat to make sure that everything is protected for as long as it can be. Eventually it will wear off, and we know that. But, we like the aesthetics of it. So as you can see right here, here's the final product. This is what it looked like. I think it turned out really, really well. I enjoy doing this spray and stuff. Some people don't know why I do it, but I just like it. It's entertaining, it's interesting to me. So I think the final product turned out really well. And this is a good way for you to test your painting skills by just grabbing some extra attachments or things of that nature that you have around the house and working with them.